Hey, hey, hey! Well, welcome back. This video is for weeks 34 to 36 of this pregnancy, which is quite clearly still going on, guys, so it's good stuff. I don't think this is going to be a majorly massive video because the last one was quite long. Thank you for everyone who watched it. It's got the most views of all my videos so far. It's exciting. So let's have a look at measurements and things, shall we? According to Pregnancy Plus, which is, I think it was a free app, I'm pretty sure it's free. You can pay for like a premium version, but I don't know what benefit that kind of gives you. So this kind of goes the same as the previous video, the ending of that. From weeks 33 to 36, she is the size of a honeydew melon, weighing between 4.2 to 5.8 pounds, length 17 to 18 inches from crown to heel. It's quite a big size baby, you know, getting there. And if we have a little read through my favourite, Your Pregnancy Bible by Dr. Ann Deans, having a quick look through. So week 34, your baby measures about 32 centimetres, that's 12 3/4 inches, but that's from crown to rump, not to the heels, and weighing in at almost 2.275 kilograms, about 5 pounds. So that kind of, yeah, is about on par. Week 34, that kind of makes sense. Week 35, your baby measures about 33 centimetres, so 13 1/4 inches from crown to rump, and weighs over 2.55 kilograms, which is about 5.5 pounds. And week 36, your baby measures over 13.5 inches, or 34 centimetres. That's interesting. I don't know why they've put it the other way around to normal. From crown to rump, and weighs about 2.75 kilograms, which is about 6 pounds at the end of week 6. And it says, no doubt you've noticed a change in your baby's movements by now, as your uterus is getting very tight for space. He may wriggle about less because of this constriction, but his movements will generally be stronger and more defined. True that. You may be able to see the outline of certain body parts, such as elbows or heels, appearing under your skin. By this stage, most babies will have assumed the head down position, ready for birth. And then there's an MRI scan which shows the baby resting with its head down in the low part of the uterus. I don't know how clearly you're going to be able to see that, but there we go. Exciting times. So, how has the pregnancy been going? My one, brilliant. Yeah, it's going well. Baby is fine. Baby is head down and engaged, about 3/5, and has been since, when did I last have my midwife appointment? Was week 36. Yeah, no, week 34. No, week 36. Yeah, she's been head down for a while, but now she's engaged, which is good. And we had a little bit of a, not scare, a false alarm. It's called a false alarm. So we ended up going to the MAU at the hospital to have a little checkup, and everything was fine, but they attached me to a machine. So I've got a little graph of all the jazz that was going on. And if you see this bit here, it kind of goes whoop. That was part of my contraction, well, a Braxton Hicks contraction, but a contraction nonetheless. So you can see that on the screen. You can see the baby's heartbeat, my heartbeat, and yeah, like, I don't really understand, but the contraction, the muscle, how the muscles are working. And it was actually quite interesting. And they did a test and stuff, and my waters hadn't broken, which is kind of what we thought might have happened. But nope. Nope, everything's fine. So yeah, we obviously got sent home. And then that was in week, what date was that? The 31st of August. Should have looked this up, shouldn't I? Where are we now? So that must have been week 35, I think. In week 35, And then we had our 36-week scan on the last day of week 36, so almost a 37-week scan. But the JR Hospital in Oxford, John Radcliffe Hospital, do 36-week scans as standard at the minute. They are researching kind of small babies and the blood flow through the placenta between mother and baby, to kind of look out for things relating to stillbirth and things, and they're trying to roll it out nationwide, but it's not quite happened yet. So I know some of my friends have been like, oh, do we get a 36-week scan? But unfortunately they don't, which seems a bit silly. If they're doing it here, why can't they do it everywhere? So yeah, very grateful that we were able to get one. Although I was booked in and I turned up and I wasn't on the system, so I never had a letter, which is weird. I thought maybe I just kind of misplaced it, because I do that. But no, I never got a letter because I wasn't actually booked in. So there was that. But they did manage to fit us in. We just had to wait for like an hour and a half. But considering it was a really busy day, they did an amazing job at fitting us in, and they were really lovely. So we do have a couple of pictures, although I didn't think you were going to get any pictures from this scan because the baby's so big you can't really see what's what. He was showing us, he was like, oh, here's the heartbeat, which I could see. Here's the head. I mean, she's head down, you couldn't see the face or anything because she's in my pelvis. You could see the spine, and you could see a femur, which was, her legs are around here somewhere. She kicks me around here. But yeah, he was kind of pointing out these different bits, and I was like, if you say so, okay. So he showed us her feet and her hands. He did print out pictures, but it's questionable if you can actually tell what they are. In fact, I'll take a picture and put them in, because obviously it's got all my details on there, which I don't want to just put on the screen. So I'll crop that out of the picture, and I will insert it at the end, in between the bump movement. She's been moving like crazy. Even she's stuck in her position, also stuck, but she's not really moved from that position. So her head is right down. I thought her bum was over here, but I'm a bit confused now after the scan. But she kind of pops up here, and then she pops up here, and she kicks me here. So her legs are usually this side. There was one day where her legs were on the other side, but she's moved back round to where she was. So and she's been like that for about 2 weeks now, and that's been the same. My belly button is still very much an innie, however it's kind of out. It's like a volcano. It used to be a cave and now it's a volcano, so it does still go in the middle, but it sticks out, so you can kind of see. Can you see it sticking out here? It's really weird. So, although this is my 37-week bump, so you've got a little sneaky peek. Yeah. Don't really know what else there is to kind of update you on, really. I've had acid reflux, but mainly at night, so I'm just taking Gaviscon, or a cheap version of Gaviscon. I do carry Tums around with me in the day, but I rarely need it. It's just at night time. Oh, she's dropped down, obviously, so my belly's kind of changed shape, and she's lower, which is meant to kind of reduce acid reflux, but I don't believe them. And I waddle a lot more, which I didn't think was possible, but it is. Getting up off the sofa is a bit tricky sometimes, because our sofas are actually quite low. I love our sofas, they're really comfy, but yeah, when you've got all this weight on your front, sometimes it's kind of a shift yourself forward and then push yourself up. Or if my husband's around, then he just lifts me up, because I just can't. And getting out of bed, that's fun. In fact, sleeping is a good one. Yeah, you know when everyone says, oh, you know, in your pregnancy you've got to make sure you get all the sleep now because you're not going to sleep when the baby arrives. Yeah, there's no comfortable way to sleep, so that is, you know, kind of eluding me a bit at the minute. I do manage to get some sleep, obviously, but I have to get up a lot to go for a wee, because she presses on my bladder, even if I've just been and then I go back to bed and I lie down in a particular position or whatever, she's just pressing on my bladder. So then I have to get back up and go for another wee and then try and sleep in a different position. So I'm finding I'm sleeping a lot more sitting up at the minute. However, sometimes that seems to make my acid reflux worse, which I don't understand, because you'd think it'd be better sitting up than lying down, but who knows? The human body is an amazing thing. And yeah. So occasionally I manage to sleep in though, like have a proper lie-in, which is amazing. If I like lie in until 10 o'clock, because obviously I don't work anymore, it's amazing. I'm just like, how have I managed to do this? Because most mornings I wake up when my husband gets up to go to work. I'll kind of wake up and then kind of not be able to properly get back to sleep, and so some mornings I'm up at 7:30 and like up and not dressed or anything, but in the living room and pottering around getting breakfast and things. Everyone's saying get lots of sleep. I've been up during the night all night, and but you know, it's all good practice, I guess, for when she arrives and all those wonderful sleepless nights. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. And I know you guys like looking at the movement, the bump movement section, so I suppose I should let you get on with it really, and I'll leave you to it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and share, and if you've got any questions, leave them below and I will do my best to answer them. Apart from you, Dean, because you always ask stupid questions and you can just text me, and your wife is pregnant also, so you don't have any excuse to ask me questions, just ask your wife. Yeah, so I will speak to you all soon. Love you, bye.
Week 36. I did just try to film her and she stopped. Hello. As usual. But now she's having a good old wriggle. Look at my crazy belly button now. So it looks like an outie, but it is still an innie. Somebody's got the hiccups. Can you see? She just did a bit where she got really frustrated at one. But the camera wouldn't focus. It's gone focus. She's sitting and watching it all day and she's not even here yet. As such.